Welcome back to Nick Lenz Comic Corner, classic slash non-classic. This is episode number 736 and Doubleshot number 640. Two Batman-related trades. First up, it's Red Hood and the Outlaws, Volume 2, Last Call. Yeah, that's the name of the story. Was actually one of the stories. Yeah, another Scott Lobdell trade. Yeah, he came on just for these last 6 issues before it got relaunched as a different series. This collects issues 35 to 40 and it features in one shot for the series. The artwork in here is now by R.B. Silva, Tom Durant, Scott Nolans, and Gerardo Bargains. Yep. Mostly this is just the Outlaws, pretty much the beginning of the end for them, because the group sort of disbands right after this, though Red Hood still teams with Arsenal. Yeah, and these creatures on the cover, yeah, what you can call the story is the Outlaws facing face off against a bunch of random monsters. That is simply put what this thing is. And plus also, Roy Harper coming to terms with sobriety. Kelly Croc shows up here a couple times, but yeah. Also, the character of Essence makes her return. And Rose. Yep, Rose Wilson pops up in here as well. Yep. And Starfire changes her costume. Yep. I gotta say, for her redesign of her costume just before the end of the series, it's actually a really good design. I like it. It kind of reminds me loosely of the George Perez design, but this one shows off more scale. But at least the costume makes a lot more sense than the ridiculous costume she had at the start of the run. Like, oh my gosh, it was ridiculous at the start of the run. Yeah. Let me show off her costume she had for pretty much most of the series. I think it's in here, isn't it? Yeah, this was her costume. Yeah. Well, let's get a good picture of it. Let's see. No, that doesn't work. Yep. Yeah, the thing with her outfit is that her outfit's very skimpy, much more skimpier than usual. Yeah, this is the closest I can get to this costume. Yeah, where they look like that the thing covers up her, well, partially her breast. It shows up much more skin, and the fact she's trying to, well, when Scott Lobdell started the series, he hooked up Roy Harper and Starfire for no reason. I never got a chance to ask about that. Yeah, and by the end of this particular run, the group breaks up. Starfire goes off their own spin-off series, which was basically the best thing that happened to her. Yeah, got away from Scott Lobdell, got her own spin-off series, then she got moved over to Teen Titans, and after being there for a year and a half, now she's currently in Justice League Odyssey. In the case of Red Hood would actually stick with the series. Scott Lobdell will still write this guy for the next 3 years. Yep, still ends this very day. Actually, he's probably the best character Scott Lobdell actually writes in the series. In the case of Roy Harper, he's not as bad as he's depicted a lot of the other times, but a little better. Yeah, but Roy would actually, despite the fact the group would break up, Roy would still stick with Red Hood for the next year before he gets moved to the Titans. And now currently he's back in Green Arrow. Yep, after spending 2 years with the Titans, he gets moved back up to Green Arrow as being a supporting character in that book. Probably because of the writer, probably because Dan Abnett really wanted to take the book in a different direction. Yep, Future's End is the Future's End one shot. It just a team come back together years later to just fight a group of aliens, and that's really it. It's a bit disappointing of an actual end for the series, though I gotta say the artwork in here is fantastic. Not to criticize Lobdell, but yeah, it's a bit of a disappointing end to his run. But I gotta say, it's better than the crappy start that the series had when it started back in 2011. Though right now the series is a lot better because they replaced Starfire with Artemis and Roy Harper with Bizarro. Yep. I'm gonna get this a 8.75 out of 10. The only reason I give just like it's actually not that bad of a story, and Starfire is going to be a heck of a lot better than she was at the start of the run. My personal guess is maybe Scott probably heard all the complaints about how he wrote Sapphire, and make her a lot more interesting of a character. Oh yeah, even her sister Blackfire shows up in here, which I thought that was interesting. So yeah, not bad, but actually a bit disappointing of an end of a run. All right, next up is an Elseworld story, Batman and Dracula, Red Rain. Excuse me, written by Doug Moak. Artwork by Kelly Jones. Not surprised about that because, yeah, one thing I noticed about Kelly Jones, he's always working with Doug Moak on something a lot of the time. I did hear recently that Kelly Jones is going to be doing another series coming soon. I'm not sure which one though, but I did hear he's going to do another series soon. What's the story for this one? Okay, apparently Dracula's in town, trying to be with the vampires, and he turns Batman into a vampire. Yeah, he does. That happens toward the end of the story. And by the way, this version Batman would show up during Convergence. Yep. So if you want to thank somebody for creating the vampire Batman, thank Doug Moak for doing that. Yep. Aside from Jim Gordon and Alfred, there is not much in the case of Batman regulars in this particular one shot. Yeah, it's basically a hardcover one shot. It's not like a regular graphic novel per se. Yeah, it's just but I gotta say the artwork is gorgeous. Kelly Jones does a fantastic job. I mean, his style of artwork would also fit a Vertigo book because he has sort of an adult style thing to it. Also, the one I also know is artwork for Batman, the ears. He makes them really, really long. Yeah, I have no idea why that is. If I get a chance to meet him, I'm gonna ask him why that is. But yeah, also the tray I got also is missing a page. Yeah, somebody thought we could rip up an actual page. I don't know why, but they did. It's one of the most dumbest things. Also, Batman rescuing a woman is actually pretty nice. It's actually a really good Elseworld story, and I do recommend people are fans of Batman. Yeah, Dracula in the regular universe only appeared once. He got killed off, but DC liked using him in Elseworld stories. And yes, this book had a follow up, or Batman kills his own villains while being a vampire. He even has a makeout session with Poison Ivy in the follow-up book. I'm going to give this a 9.5 out of 10. It's actually really good. Alright, that's it for this episode. Stay tuned for next episode when I get a chance to get more trades. I do have more trades in, basically. I got purchased some yesterday, obviously. But one to be a Deadpool trade. The other one's going to be something I've never covered before. A series that features Peggy Carter. You'll find out what it is in the next episode, okay? But to see you there. Bye.